Today is day 115. Yeah? Yes. No? Correct. 115. Today is 115 of the year of streaming and learning to code. Let's jump over to Codecademy. Good. We are continuing on from 21% of the way through Ruby. And I think we are in good section 3 now. Looping with Ruby. We will definitely make our way through loops and iterators. Well, hopefully. And then possibly even do the project lesson. Redacted, hopefully. But that's about it. So go time. Let's just dive right into this. Loops and iterators from the top. Hopefully. She's loading. She's thinking. And we took a glance last night. I think 18 sections. Yep, 18 sections. Okay. And we're off. The while loop. Sometimes you want to repeat an action in Ruby while a certain condition is true, but you don't know how many times you'll have to repeat that action. Good example would be prompting a user for a certain type of input. If they insist on giving you the wrong thing, you may have to re-ask them several times before you get the kind of input you're looking for. To accomplish this, we use something called a while loop. It checks to see if a certain condition is true, and while it is, the loop keeps running. As soon as the condition stops being true, the loop stops. Check out the code in the editor. Can you guess what it'll do when you think you know it? Hit save and submit to see the results. It's going to count to 1. Counter is less than 1. It will print the count. Counter equals counter plus 1, and then it will end. So it will keep it starting at 1. It will keep adding plus 1 to it, and each time it loops, it'll keep adding it until it is less than 11, which means it will die at 10. That's basically it. So go ahead, and it'll print each time it counts. Save and submit. Cool. Awesome. We've got counter. While it's less than, it will print. It will keep counting, or it will count while it counts plus 1 and then ends. Good. I wish they would address the nil issue. I still can't tell. I don't know if they're, honestly, I don't know if they're keeping that until the end as like a secret. If they're going to be like, nil means this, or nil is a part of all Ruby files. I'm pretty sure it's not, though. I'm pretty sure it's not, but I don't know. Can't tell. I suppose we could Google it, but I do have a hunch that that's just a random piece of code somewhere on their end. Or when I run it, it spits that out, but we've got 17 more pages of frustration ahead of us, so let's go ahead and tackle that first, and we'll worry about the nil issue at the end. Danger, infinite loops. Did you see that? The loop printed out the numbers 1 through 10, then stopped. This was because the loop's condition said to continue while counter was less than 11. Since counter went up by 1 each time through the loop stopped when the counter hit 11. What if we had forgotten to increment counter? It would have stayed at 1. The loop would have kept checking to see if it was less than 11, and 1 is always less than 11, and the loop would never have ended. This is called an infinite loop, and it will cause your programs to crash. Avoid them at all costs. Instructions. The while loop in the editor is currently an infinite loop. Correct it so it will end. Be careful. If you do click save and submit code right away, you'll start the infinite loop, and you'll have to refresh the page. We are doing, add your code here. Would be I equals I plus 1, I equals I plus un. I wonder why they've got the extra space. Oh, it should be print I. My bad. And tab and print. That's 1 I. Print I. Okay. Okay. I think that looks relatively. Maybe that doesn't need to be printed out. Or maybe it doesn't need to be indented out. I can't remember how they had the lines indented. Oh, and it's already printing. It's got puts 1. Or puts I, so we didn't need print. So really, you can just be back here. Alright, so we overthought it. Oh, and I starts at 0. Interesting. I thought it was starting at 1. Okay. Alright, no. Just kidding. We just left the infinite loop. The until loop. The complement to the while loop is the until loop. It's sort of like a backwards while. I equals 0 until I equals 6. I plus equals 1 and puts I. In the example above, we first create a variable I, set it to 0, then we execute a block of code until I is equal to 6. That block of code increments I. When I is equal to 6, the block ends. Finally, we print 6, the value of I, to the console. Instructions on line 2 here. Fill in the blank so that the loop breaks when the counter is greater than 10. Greater than 10. Greater than 10. Do 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 do. Oh, you know. Well, they said greater than. But here they've got equals, and this is for until. So until counter. I guess we could do equals 11, because then that would still suffice for greater than 10. I don't know if they want us to use greater than or the equals. Do you see the mixed messages they are sending? Oh, well, look at their ridiculous hint. Counter is greater than 10 puts. That doesn't help anybody at all. I don't. It's me. I'm lacking. I am not sufficient for this task. Add code to update. Oh, and we didn't have to. That's why there were 2 spaces. I didn't need to get rid of the commented out stuff. I could have just dropped it in. That's the difference. So counter equals. I guess we can do plus equals. 1. Greater than 10. Wait, do they want 10 included? When counter is greater than 10. We're gonna run it. Looks like you didn't modify the value of counter. Maybe it needs to be, maybe they wanted 10 included, which means 11 and up, or make it less than or equal to counter. Looks like you didn't modify the value of counter. Okay, I'm confused. Add code to update counter here. I equals 0, counter equals 1, until I equals 6, until counter is less than or equal to 10. Maybe they want the double equals. Print counter, which they don't have. They've got puts I down here, but we've got puts counter here. I plus equals 1, counter plus equals 1, and an end. Maybe it was probably this. Hopefully it was that. The double equals. Looks like your code doesn't print numbers 1 to 10 in the console, which means we need to set it at 11. which was our concern before. That's due to the, I assume, 0 indexing, but who knows? No, it's not due to the 0 indexing. It's the less than or greater than thing. Krypton. The nil in the output. I assume it's the output. It doesn't look right. Right? See? Okay, good. We're not the only ones who think it's strange. Thank God, because this thing has been lingering for the last, 4 days in every single activity. Been freaking awful. Alright. Aside from that, that's good to know. That is comforting. I'm not the only one who notices the nil just floating there at the end, lurking on everybody. But the goal is to not pay attention to it. At least that's what I've been trying to do. Haven't been doing that well, but that's been the goal. Alright, more assignment operators. We've been using syntax like counter equals counter plus 1, which works, but as you'll increasingly find with Ruby, there's always another way. Shortcut to use an assignment, a shortcut is to use an assignment operator. You already know one assignment operator, equals, which sets a variable. You can update a variable with additional assignment operators, however, which include plus equals, minus equals, multiply equals, and divide equals. For instance, when you type counter plus equals 1, you're telling Ruby, add 1 to counter, then assign that new value back to counter. This provides a succinct way of updating variables values in our program. Some languages have the increment operators plus plus and minus minus, which also add or subtract 1 from a value, but Ruby does not. You'll have to make do with plus equals and minus equals. Good. Instructions. They don't have the little hint box down here at the bottom, so I feel like the webcam might be blocking off the instructions, right? That's okay. The loop from the first exercise is in the editor. Rewrite it using the appropriate assignment operator, which we can cut this down to this guy, plus equals 1, save and submit. Beautiful, green check mark, and we continue on. Nice. 5 of 18. Slowly making progress, but progress nonetheless. The for loop. Sometimes you don't know how many times you'll be looping. However, when that's the case, you want to use a for loop. Instructions. Take a look at the example for loop in the editor. Can you guess what it does? Click on save and submit. Code to see it in action. For num in 1 through 10 puts num end. It'll be doing 4 things. It's gonna print all of the numbers in blah blah. The ellipses thing has thrown me off, but we're gonna print 4 numbers in 1 through 10. Print numbers end. I feel like that's strange formatting. I would have liked to seen 10 on its own line as well. Maybe I'm just crazy. I'm probably just crazy. Inclusive and exclusive ranges. You saw a bit of new syntax in the previous exercise. For num in 1 ellipses 10. What this says to Ruby is for the variable number in the range 1 through 10, do the following. The following was to print out number, so as number took on the values 1 through 9, one at a time, those values were printed out to the console. The reason Ruby counted to 9 and not 10 was because of the 3 dots in the range. This tells Ruby to exclude the final number in the count. Ta-da! Mystery solved. That's what was happening. Okay. To exclude the final number in the count, for num 1 through 10 means go up to but don't include 10. If we use 2 dots, this tells Ruby to include the highest number in the range. That's so interesting. In the last section, I was going to say what happens if I just get rid of one of the dots and run it again. It would have printed 10. How cool is that? Good. Okay. Highest number in the range. Instructions. Update the for loop in the editor in 2 ways. Make it print the numbers 1 to 15, including 15, and 2, change it to use 2 dots instead of 3, which should be easy enough. We go down to 2, make her 15, and fire away. Boom. Beautiful. 1 through 15, and 1 through 15. Honestly, I think that last line of output is not caused by your program. Yeah, the damn nil thing. Or this guy. Yeah, probably. I'm not too sure. Oh, you're thinking that this dude isn't part of it? You think it's tied to the nil thing? I think there's definitely something weird with their results window in their code editor environment here at Codecademy, but only in the Ruby course. All the other courses I've conquered have been I don't want to say bug free because that's definitely not the case, but a lot of other courses I've completed have been, yeah, no, I can't even say it. Even looking back, there's been way too many bugs. All right, so all the courses have had their own unique ones, but this is Ruby is the first course that's really had issues with the results window. Everything else has been like instructions wise, or even within the editor, or it trying to process it. Not so much the results it's displaying. Ruby's the only one that I've run into issues where it has issues displaying the results, particularly with towards the end of the code, mainly that damn nil thing, which has just been, I don't know why I find it so annoying. All right, building your own. Good work. You're ready to build your variant of for loop. Instructions: write a for loop that puts the number 1 to 20, including 20, using either 2 dots or 3. Check the hint if you need. Okay. We are going to do for numbers in 1 through 20 puts num. We could do print, but we'll stick with puts. End. We'll indent this just for good show, and save and submit. Beautiful. Green check mark for all. 8 of 18. We are getting there. We are about, well, 9 will be halfway. So close. So very, very close. The loop method. So far, we've learned one way to repeat an action in Ruby using loops. As is often the case in Ruby, however, there is more than one way to accomplish a given task. In this case, it's also possible to repeat an action using an iterator. An iterator is just a Ruby method that repeatedly invokes a block of code. The code block is just a bit that contains the instructions to be repeated, and those instructions can be just about anything you like. The simplest iterator is the loop method. You can create a basic but infinite loop by simply typing loop print hello world. We will be greeting the world forever until the earth crashes into the sun, and it will still continue repeating. Bad, not good. In Ruby, curly braces are generally interchangeable with keywords due to the open block and the end to close it. Knowing this, we can write a smarter loop than the one above. Loop blah 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 I equals 0, loop do I plus equals 1, print I, break if I is greater than 5, end. The break keyword is our get out of jail free card, and it breaks the loop as soon as the condition is met. Instructions, that's kind of low. Let's open the hint to raise it up. Not super high, but hopefully high enough to pass the webcam. Replace the blank blah 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 in the editor with the appropriate keywords. Check the hint out if you need help. Missing keywords are loop, do, and break. Take a look at the example to be sure you got them in the right order. Loop, do, and break. So we've got I equals 20. Loop do I minus equals 1. So it'll be taking 1 off each time it loops. It'll print I, and then it will break if loop is less than or equal to 0, and then it ends. So let's go ahead and run that. Boom. Oh, God. Why is that? That is not... Oh, because it's print, not puts. Don't mind me. Hopefully they don't give me for changing it. That way it's a little more legible for a human. Let's close that. Save and submit. It doesn't like that. It wants it to be print. See, looks like your loop doesn't print out the numbers, and that's fine, but visually, just to see, it still does a retang we wanted it to do, which is what is nice. So we'll change it back to print. There we go. Run it. Faced with that numerical nightmare. And onward. Next lesson. Next. The next keyword can be used to skip over certain steps in the loop. For instance, if you don't want to print out the even numbers, we can write for I in 1 through 5. Next, if I modulo 2 equals 0, print I. And in the above example, we loop through the range 1 through 5, assigning each number to I in turn. If the remainder of I divided by 2 is 0, we go to the next iteration of the loop. Then we print the value of I. This line only prints out 1, 3, and 5 because of the previous line. Good, good, good. So it's telling it to not print even numbers. Instructions. Add a line to your loop before print statement. Use the next keyword so that you skip to the next iteration of the number I is what. Use the next keyword so that you skip to the next iteration if the number I is odd. Use the example above, but remember that the example above skips even numbers. Why am I drawing a blank on the odd number one? Remember it was modulo %2 for even, but I'm totally, my mind is just completely blank right now on what it is for odd. Regardless, I-20, add a line to your loop. Okay, so anyways, aside from that, break if blah. Print next. For it will go down 1. This example is not fun. Also, where should we put the next? They've got it above print, but before... Well, they've got it before print and after the for loop. We've got loop in general, and there's print, so I'm thinking, since we're telling it to notch down by 1, notch it down by 1 if I blah. I think it'll be fine under that. So if we have blankety blank to Krypton, three modulo 2, would that work? Confusion. Do. This feels bad. Doesn't print out 1 through 18. Okay, hold on. Don't mind me. forms are for, and I don't want to think about it. It should be easy. I think it's modulo 1 or... Oh, no, it's not. I remember what it is. It's not 0. That's all it is. It's the same exact thing as long as it's not 0. If it can be divided by 2. That's what it was. Because it's the same song and dance. So if it can be, because we don't need to actually look for odd numbers. We still look for evens, but we tell it if it ever finds an even number that it should go to hell. Eh? Yeah. So my concern is that I've just got it in the wrong spot now. No? Good enough. And I want to see puts. I want to see what it has to offer. Puts. Save and submit. There we go. Wait. Hold on. Use the example above. Okay, yeah, before it was printing out odd numbers. Use the example above for help, but remember that it skips even numbers. We flipped it. Good. Okay, we're good. Crazy person's choice. We got that sorted out. Print. Do 10. Saving multiple values. Saving multiple values. Let's say we want to save a range of numbers in a variable. How do we do this? A variable can only hold a single value, right? In Ruby, we can pack multiple values into a single variable using an array. An array is just a list of items between square brackets, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Items don't have to be in order. You can just as easily have 10, 31, 19, 400. Instructions: create a variable called myArray. Copy. Boom. MyArray. And something. MyArray, and set it equal to the numbers 1 through 5, inclusive, in order. I'm just going to do a bracket with 1 through 5, because I'm not actually certain what the deuce is going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go. Oh, no comma. Just kidding. That comma was a lie. Go ahead, save and submit. Good enough for them. Good. The dot iterator. Also, I realized it's not Krypton at all. It's so close. That's what I'm thinking of for your username. It's I don't know. The zero's throwing me off. Tripod. It's so close to Krypton. If we could just flip the 0 and the T, it would make it. That's what my mind latches on to. My apologies. All right. The dot each iterator though. Great work. You're really getting the hang of this. The loop iterator is the simplest, but also one of the least powerful. Not exactly, they're not really building up loop operator's spirit with that one. Good. He's a simpleton and he doesn't matter. The loop iterator is the simplest, but also one of the least powerful. A more useful iterator is the .each method, which can apply an expression to each element of an object one at a time. The syntax looks like this: object.each item, in the vertical pipe thingies, do something. You can use the do keyword instead of curly braces, curly brackets, object.each do item. Do something end. The variable between the pipes can be anything you like. It's just a placeholder for each element of the object you're using. dot each on. Okay. Ah, Krypton wasn't available. Okay, so it's still close. Good, good. I didn't know if you were anti-Krypton and everyone who sees your name is just guessing Krypton and it's just a stab to the soul. I didn't know. Just wanted to voice that, throw that out there, that I can't read. Alright, instructions. Take a look at the code in the editor. When you're pretty sure you know what it'll do, click Save and Submit, something, something, something. Array 1 through 5. Array.each do x. X plus equals 10, print x. Array.each. So it's going to add 10 to each thing in the array and then print it out. So we're going to get 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Right? Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Ta-da! Beautiful, beautiful. So now we get to try it out. Cool? No. Now it's your turn to take the dot each method for test drive. Numbers 1 through 5. One-way loop. Numbers dot each. Item. Puts item. Another way to loop. Number dot each do item. Followed by puts item. End. I kind of like this one. That's kind of fun. Although this does seem more like the Ruby way. They're not very they're not big on the brackets, the parentheses or the curly braces, everything that we've done so far, they've been avoiding all that stuff. No semicolons, nothing. No. Krypton is fine. It's quite funny that a lot of streamers talk about the differences. Good. Okay, so I'm not the only one. It kind of helps. 1, in the example above, we create an array called numbers. 2, then we show the 2 different ways to print each item in the number console. Instruction, use the dot each method on the odds. What's that? Oh, low battery power for the mouse. That's fine. Use the dot each method on the odds array to print out the double the value of each item on the array. In other words, multiply each item by 2. Make sure you print rather than puts, so your output appears on one line. Click hint if you get stuck. We're going to go ahead and click hint from the go. Hint, your iterator should look something like this. Odds.each do placeholder, multiply placeholder by 2, print out placeholder, and blah. Nice. Do. Okay, so we are going to throw in. I feel like this one is more Ruby-ish, but I just like the fact that this is more concise. So I'm going to go with the first way they've got shown. Also, as a side note, although I think the webcam is blocking it, the example they show is in the first format, not the second one. So that's the hint they give. So we're going to just kind of follow suit with that. All right, we've got one loopity-loop stuff. Hey, apples. Yeah, I know you. You've been here, and that's exactly your comment. You're still keeping up with this. I remember checking an age ago. Awesome. The idea is do, end, and the curly braces are both blocks and behave the same way. Use curly braces when it looks nicer to one line in the code, and do end when it doesn't. Oh. I feel like I'm kind of biased because the last 100 and, I don't know, we'll call it 10 days, because the last few days have been Ruby. Everything else has been using the curly braces, and it just seems cleaner, simpler. You can do it in one line. Even when it is basic and they've got the beginning and the end stuff, it's still just, I don't know. It's not quite vibing with me just yet, but we're giving Ruby the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna stick with it. Anywho, add your code below. We've got numbers. People tend to cut off at 80 characters. So you use do end if it's over 80 characters long. Oh, interesting. Huh. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. So we've got numbers dot odds. Wait, whoa. We don't have numbers dot odds. We've got odds. That makes sense. And that's not odds at all. That's oods. Oods and oods of numbers. Odds dot makes reading other people's code in your own text editors a lot nicer. Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay. Odds dot something. Odds dot each. Do. Curly stuff. Pipety pipe. What's odds? Do. Item. Do I have, am I missing something? Do I just do number? I guess I can just do I. Let's see if that blows up in my face or not. Make sure to use print rather than puts. We remember them saying that in the instructions. Technically, I forgot. That's why I didn't have it. Okay. Looks like your iterator didn't print out. Oh, double, and I need to tell it what to do, you lazy, confused bastard son of a... Get it together, Steven. Totally slacking. Okay. Multiply each item by 2. So we have... Did we just do I... Do I times 2. Does that work? Oh god, that is awful. Some horrific error. The city is on fire. What do we need to do to put the fire out? Okay, looks like your iterator syntax isn't quite correct. Check the hint if you need. I did something wrong. Maybe if we go back one. Apples. The placeholder can be called literally anything you want. It's like setting a template variable. Or it's like setting a temporary variable. Typically name a short version of what it actually is. So number or num or n. Gotcha. Okay, that works. Don't mind me. D 12. All right. I guess in this case we could do O. For odds. And this was from the other page. So we've got odds. We had array. I know we're going with this example instead of that, which is fine. So array.each do something to x, then x plus blah, and print that guy, end, versus we've got odds dot each, then we have item, which will be O, and it will print that. When do we tell it to do the multiplication in this format? Maybe I'm just awful. Inside. Oh, puts I times 2. Gotcha. Inside. Just put the variable name, no logic. Gotcha. So it goes next to the prints. Or the print. Using puts and print together. We've got O odds, which would be O times do. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that's how to do it. I don't want to have both. Just visually, don't mind me. I'm going to type out the same thing, but in the other way, just for good practice. Odds dot each do O would be O times 2. Oh god, that's 8. O times 2 followed by print hashtag curly braces O and alright. Yeah, that would be good. Okay, so let's go ahead and close out of that. We can... God, I'm drawing a blank on what they said to do to comment stuff out. I've been doing... Well, that's not going to do anything. I totally forget what they have for commenting stuff out in Ruby. That's okay. You know what? We're just going to remove it. All is well. All is well. Run that. Ta-da. Beautiful. And close that. We're going to run this. That one didn't work. Cool. Good to know. I know that doesn't... Not what they were asking for, but that's fine. It looks like your iterator didn't print out double the value for each item of the odds of the array. Make sure to multiply each item by 2. Oh, was it odds instead of O? Maybe... That code is incorrect. It's printing the normal values. Gotcha. Your O times 2, you're doing nothing with that. Then you just go on to print O. Normal O. O isn't modified. You're also interpolating O as a string, which is irrelevant. Ah, so there's many issues with this code. Okay. I know the other code worked fine. That one was just dandy. But this one, there is beef. Maybe try O equals O times 2, though I don't know if that's Ruby syntax. Worth the shot for me. I have no idea what Ruby syntax is. Just print O times... Oh, so I don't actually need this in it in general. Gotcha. So that's what you're saying by it's doing nothing. Fascinating, and that makes sense. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to copy this. Oh, we'll cut it. Interesting. Okay, so it's that print. That just seems strange that it's printing the math there. I don't know why. I guess just for all the other courses and examples, I always felt like the math was happening above the print. And then it'd be like print odds or whatever, but that does make this make sense for this. Okay. Crazy person's choice. Oh. Wait, so you're interpolating that just print O2, you don't need the the hashtag and the curly braces, you're interpolating it into a string. By doing that, you can just print it right, and that's because I copied it from that other example. So that other example set me up for failure. That's good to know, because in Ruby we don't need the quotes and so forth and other such. Okay, literally mean just print ×2 on its own thing, nothing else. Now what you're referring to is called muting. Oh, and only particular methods do that, often named with a bang at the end of it. Is that what the exclamation mark is referred to? A bang at the end? The quote's returning it into a string data type, not an integer data type. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So there was a lot wrong occurring with that. All right. Next bit. We're getting there. 13 of 18. The dot times iterator. The dot times method is like a super compact for loop. It can perform a task on each item in an object a specified number of times. For example, if we wanted to print out chunky bacon 10 times, we might type 10.times print chunky bacon. We don't know why we would type that, but we could. Instructions. The dot times operator. Use the dot times operator to print out a string of your choice any number of times you like. Use the code in the text above as guidance if you need help. All right, so we are doing, let's do, how many times do they want? 3 times. Print out a string any number of times. All right, we're going to do 11 dot times print crisis averted. Save and submit. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it even says 11. Huh. I still think there's something up with their results window for the Ruby course here at Codecademy, because it always has weird stuff at the end. Review. All right, finally, the review section. Looping with while. Okay, training wheels off. Let's see your stuff. I equals 3. While I is greater than 0, do print I less than or minus equals 1. And in the example above, we create a variable called I, set it to 3. Then we print out 3, 2, 1, since we execute the loop so long as I is positive. Instructions. Use a while loop to print out the numbers 1 through 50 inclusive. While the example above counts down, you will want to count up. Use print rather than puts, and don't forget to increment your variables. All right. Once more, use a while loop to print out the numbers 1 through 50. While the example above counts down, you want your example to count up. We're going to start at 1. I equals 1 while I is less than. We do less than 51 or less than or equal to 50. We'll do less than 51. Do. We forgot the do. Print I. We'll do I plus equals 1 followed by end. Fire away. That is just sailing off into the sunset, into the abyss of forever. Star for that. Looping with until, good work. I equals 3, while I is greater than 0, do print I minus equals 1, end. J equals 3 until J equals 0, do print J minus equals 1, end. In the example above, we wrote the same loop using while and using until. Alright. That's the same thing using while versus using until. Good. Instructions. Now rewrite your while loop using until. I wonder if they want me to keep both like they have in their example or just simply update this one. It's probably just updating this one. So good. You still want to print out the numbers 1 through 50 inclusive. So we are swapping things out. So, well, hell, all we have to do is just change while to until. I don't think we need to change anything else. Oh, and the equals. Yeah, and the equals. Son of a... Until blankety blank equals 50. Good, good, good. That it? That's all she wrote? Save and submit. No, I did something wrong. Bad, Steven. Oh, I should have left it at 51. Should have left it at 51. There we go. Good, good, good. 16 of 18. We are on the verge of getting there. Almost. Almost. Looping with for. In case you're not picking up on the theme of Ruby, having a gajillion, yes, having a gajillion ways to do any given task. Let's convert our loop yet again. For k in 1 through 3, print k, and in the above example, we print out 1 through 3 by virtue of looping from 1 to 3 inclusive. Now print out the numbers 1 to 50 inclusive using a for loop instead of until. I'm actually going to write it down here. For I in 1, 2 dots, 50, print I end. And let's get rid of you. Fire away. Green check mark. Awesome. 17 of 18. So very, very close. Loop the loop with loop. Great work. We've given you... we'll give you a bit of a break from the numbers game. M0, loop do, m plus equals 1, print m, break if m equals 10. And in the example above, we print out 1 through 10, since we loop 10 times. Use the loop iterator. Use the loop iterator to print out string Ruby 30 times. Make sure you type the string exactly as shown. So we will have 30 dot times curly stuff, print, quotes. Could have typed that, but we just copied it for good measure. Ruby. Fire away. Hey, what's that, little cat? What are you doing? Are you coming up? No? You want scratches? We're nearing the end. It's okay. Alright. Whoa. Error. Of course. Soon as you show up, things start falling apart, little cat. Oops. Try again. Make sure you use a loop iterator in your code. Did I do something? Oh, I forgot to break equals 30. Infinite loop hell, probably. No? Maybe? Maybe not. That was loop do. What's going down? Apples? There's actually differences in how the Ruby interpreter treats for loops as opposed to each loops. No need to get into it. But moral of this message is just always use .each in Ruby, never for loops. Loop is a thing. Right loop do. Okay. Loop's the thing, right loop do. It doesn't mean any looping method you want. Oh, use loop iterator to print out. Okay, I just thought they meant the dot times thing. Good call. Apples, you're so good. Keeping me on track. Too kind. Alright, little cat, you are using up valuable desk real estate. You tiny animal. Hey, just move your toes like 4 more inches to the left. That way I can kind of shimmy my wrist on the desk. Alright. Loop do is an infinite loop until you explicitly tell it to break. Gotcha. So I am going with something similar to this. We don't want the 30 times. Little cat, careful. There's a lot happening over here. You've got me extremely concerned. Thank you. Hold on. Oh my god, you're just so furry and your tail's going in near my mouth. Now my nose is starting to leak. Oh my god, this is awful. This is how it ends. Get right up till the end, and then we just fall apart. Oh, don't mind me. I'm disgusting. Oh god. I blame you, little cat. It hurts to breathe. Let's close out of this. Let's do the loop thing. They've got M. Let's stick with I equals 1. Sure, why not? Loop do. I plus equals 1. Print. That's not print. I don't know what the hell that is, but that's not English. Print I break if. That makes sense why they have this example. I was like, that's weird. I'm doing dot times because it doesn't look like their example at all. Yeah, it's because I was wrong. That's what that looks like. Break if I equals 30, end. Alright, look, Kitty, your face is blocking the save and submit, but we got it. Oh, did I not do... You can still use break in times. Each. And I totally missed something. I totally focused on this thing, didn't even focus on the Ruby. We've got I1, loop do, counter plus 1, print Ruby. Break if counter is less than, and we can just leave it as I equals 30. Time. Oh, it's index 0. You set it to 1. So it's causing plusing 1 straight away, jumping at 2. Death. Close. Although I guess that's not really index 0. It is exactly what you said it was. I told it was 1, and I told it add 1 to it, and the first time it fires through, it's just immediately jumping to 2. Alright. Hey, little cat, go away. Look, I'm so close to getting it just right. Why don't you hang out on the bed? Yeah, there you go. Oh, the bed's fun. Okay, there's that. No. Look, hey, I'm on 17 of 18. Go be furry somewhere else. Crazy animal. Okay, break if they want less than... Break if less than 30. 1. Okay, save and submit. Wait, hold on. I need the string. Oh, with the exclamation. I am just falling apart right now. God damn it. Son of a... This is awful. Made it relatively okay through like 15 sections, and then at 17 it just blew apart. This is like the Challenger, but worse. I don't know if this is quite worse than the Challenger explosion, but still. Alright. Lots of Ruby. Okay. Hey, Hunter! You're back. How you doing? I'm, tragically failing. Apples is doing a marvelous job of keeping me on track. I had, like, even though there's only 6 lines of code here, I had, like, 35 errors, which is pretty impressive. Not gonna lie, that I could screw it up that many times, but, you know, we've been perfecting my flaws for the last 115 days. 18 of 18. It feels like 18 out of 9,000, but that's alright. We finally made it to the end. Iterating with dot times. So much easier. Although maybe I spoke too soon. Finally, let's replace our loop with the dot times iterator. Instructions. Use the dot times iterator to print Ruby to the console 30 times. Hit save and submit code to see the majesty of your code and complete this lesson. This is much more our speed. Times print Ruby exclamation fire away, save and submit, hot damn, green check mark, loops and iterators, got the badge. Let's close out of that. Let's see what we have. What's the next lesson? Redacted. In this project, we'll make a program that searches a string of text for your name, and if it finds it, replaces it with the word redacted. Just like that, you're a spy. Fascinating. How long is this project? Do we have time for this project? Let's look. Let's gander. There's only 6. 6 with a little cat, which means it's gonna feel like 8,000, but this doesn't look too bad. I think we could knock this out now. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh my god, little cat. You can't be serious. Look at, you are going to assume the napping position. Go below the desk. Go below the desk. Oh my god, so graceful. Keep your claws out of my thigh. Your damn fur. Okay. Good, and you're napping. You're warm. I love you again. That was quick. Okay. Focus. We are coding. What you'll be building. Hiding information. You son of a furry, soulless mother. It's okay. It was just claws into my shin. Not a big deal. We didn't actually need that part of her body. All we're doing is sitting and typing. Bear with me. What you'll be building. Hiding information is part of programming. Protecting passwords, establishing secure connections, and securing programs against tampering all rely on controlling access to information. While we won't be able to really dig into information hiding until after we cover hashes in a later course, we can write a simple program to change a user's input with the tools we have now, arrays and iterators. Instructions. Save and submit code to test our Redactor program and to learn how to build your own. Puts text to search through, text, get chomp, puts word redact, redact gets chomp, words text split, empty quotes, word dot each do word, if word does not is not redact, print the word, and a space, else print redacted. Notice there is a little space after that, end of the if else, and end of the dot each. Okay. I sense a lot of opportunity to fail, but we're gonna dive into this anyways. Search little kitty is awful. Good. Search word to redact. Awful. Look at that. Little kitty is redacted. This is great. Little kitty, did you see that? You're sleeping? Okay, well, it's really cool. Oh, look at this. That's so interesting. This is gonna be awesome. Maybe 2 of 6. This has the potential to be somewhat interesting if this isn't mind-numbing to you already. So good. Getting the user's input. First things first, we need to get the user's input. Instructions. Use puts to prompt the user for input 2 times. The first puts declares a variable called text, set it equal to the user's input via gets chomp. For the second puts, declare a variable called redact and set it equal to the user's input using gets chomp. Nice. Okay, so we're going to have puts, and we're going to have text and redact. Just don't mind me. I know this looks weird, but I'm just visually trying to piece it together in my mind. Okay. So we're going to have puts, which will declare the variable text, set it equal gets chomp. So puts. Oh, it prints out the request. It prints out, like, what was it? It was like, type something or talk to me or enter phrase, right? And then text equals. God, I'm already drawing a blank. This feels wrong. That was something else. Redact. Maybe. Seems wrong. Enter phrase. At redact. I thought it would have prompted stuff. Maybe I did it. Oh, use prompt. I'm falling apart. That's what's happening. At. Do prompts to the console. Don't mind me. Apple's puts isn't a variable. You don't have an equal for puts. Yes, gotcha. It's just printing the phrase no equal sign. Okay. I wasn't wildly off base, just mostly confused. Alright, so there's that. There we go. Enter phrase. I should add a colon to that. Little kitty is sleeping. No. Napping. Far more accurate. Enter. Redact. Napping. Aha. Cool. Next lesson. All right, the dot split method. Next, we'll want to divide the user's input into individual words. Ruby has a built-in method for this called dot split. It takes in a string and returns an array. If we pass it a bit of text in parentheses, dot split will divide the string wherever it sees that bit of text, called a delimiter. For example, text split comma tells Ruby to split up the string text whenever it sees a comma. Instructions. Declare a variable called words. Challenge accepted. Words. And set it equal to the result of calling the dot split method on text. Copy. Dot split. Pass dot split a space. And we'll need to throw that in parentheses to use as a delimiter so that we get an array made up of the words from text. Okay, let's smash this guy right up against here and that guy against there. That is a single space. Fire away. Enter phrase. Cats. Redact. Damn, I should have done a different. We should have got some other words in there aside from the same word 3 times. That's all right. Cats are bad. Cats. Good. That works. We'll get some more variety in there. 4 of 6. Redacted. All right, time to break out our iterators to go through the user's text. Letters equal A, B, C, D. Letters dot each do letter, print letter, end. The example above just serves as a reminder of using dot each on the letters array. Instruction. Let's start simple with a dot each loop that goes through words and just prints out each word it finds. Something, followed by other stuff. So we want to do create a dot each loop that goes through words. Words dot each. Is it print words dot each? No, it's words dot each do. Words W. Print words. Doesn't feel right, and maybe it's okay. Little kitty is little. Redact little. Looks like you can print each word from the user's text to the console. I've broken the internet yet again. Something. Action, another action, yet another action, and array.each placeholder action. Words.each do print something. I feel like I need one more bit of something. What's that? Not W, the word you're on. Oh, gotcha. I actually need word in there, not just W. My bad. Words. Close. Save and submit. Enter phrase. Little kitty is little. Ta-da! There we go. My bad. Wait, whoa. Hold on. No, W is fine. Overthinking this a bit. Oh yeah, no. This has been 115 days of overthinking. Like that's we just happen to be trying to learn how to programming. Really, this is actually 115 days of overthinking. And me just live streaming my confusion. That's what this is. we just happen to be slowly making progress through Codecademy. All right, so there's that. So I can change it back. So wait, what did I do different then? Why? Because I thought I had. It didn't like W. Enter phrased or A B B C C. There we go. B B. So there's that. So the difference, it happens to work now because you have words print. Okay, so wait, hold on. The W is the variable, not the W, the word you're on. Well, if he uses W, he should call print. Okay, and W is fine, huh, mate? You're overthinking this a bit too much. Just make sure you're printing the same thing you have in these. Oh, so I gotcha. It's not the brackets, it's the print phrase. Okay, gotcha. Their examples, see, they had letters and letters here and letters there and letters that. And I get if I used all the same, that's fine. But down here in this example, they've got array.each and then placeholder, and then they never reference printing placeholder. You know, they kind of hint at it here, but that's in a different format than this. So yeah, their examples are just, things don't line up. There's that lack of consistency across the board, and I'm clinging on to their examples that they have. So good to know. So I could actually just do print W, save and submit, A, B, B, C, 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 B, B, boom. That's what's going down. Okay, you have W, then print W. Just happens to work now because you have words, print words. No, they have different words. They have letter S, then letter R, singular and plural, two different words. Good. Okay, so next lesson, we pieced that nightmare together. 5 of 6. Yes, we thought 6 was gonna fly by. No, painful and grueling. That is what we shoot for. Control flow know-how. Good. There are 2 problems with our output though. We didn't have spaces between our words, and our program didn't actually replace the word we wanted to redact with the word redacted. If variable equals 10, print variable is 10, else print variable is something else. And we can fix that with some if-else magic. The above example just reminds you how an if-else block works. Instructions: add an if-else statement inside your .each. If the current word equals the word to be redacted, then print redacted with the extra space. See, that was the extra space we noticed before. Otherwise, else, print word plus an extra space. The extra space in both these cases prevents the words from running together. Now see, they have print word here. So I feel like I need to change this back to words and have it as print words, you know? Maybe. Who knows? Remember, if else looks like this. If condition, take, blah, else, blah, and good. Lots of confusion. Hey, Demon Wolf. Awesome. And friends. E-taught coder. Demon Wolves are coming. Way cool. Thank you, Demon Wolf. Greatly appreciate it. And welcome new viewers. Alright, no, we don't need to get rid of the W. We don't need to get rid of the W. We just need to drop in our if statement. We are going to be doing if something, if the current word, if word equals word, something, something, something. This is bad. Why? Why? Apples, you're gonna need it to keep me in check. I'm on the verge of extreme confusion. The overthinking is bad. I can feel it. If something, do something. I'm just gonna drop in our else statement. We'll be printing stuff, and we've got else, which will be printing more things. Good. I should be getting rid of the last print statement they had before. I don't even need that print statement anymore. Do I? I don't think I do. Because now in the else, I'll just have this down here. We've got everything we need there. Good. Mr. Demon Wolf, I'm going to do stuff to unbreak my mind. Awesome. That sounds like a good thing. That's what I need to do. My mind feels like it's in complete disarray. If something, if equals blank, if something similar to blah, if word, hunter, you're looking to see if W variable equals the variable stored in redact. So if W equals redact. Oh, yes, that makes sense. Should have just thought it through, Steven, like a regular person. Couldn't do that. If W equals redact, print redacted with a space. Oh, it's supposed to be in all caps. Redacted. Give that a shot. Save and submit. Oh, God. The city's on fire again. Ruby 13 syntax error end. Oh, I need to end the if loop. There we go. That was close. Enter phrase. Little kitty is still napping. Redact napping, because it's a secret nap. Oh, God, wrong again. All caps. Make sure to print each word from the user's text to the console, unless that word is the word to be redacted. Oh, you know what? I think it's because this needs to be either words or W. Don't mind me. A, B, B, C, 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 B, B. Can't convert string into array. Let's do W, A, B, B, C, C, B, maybe? Boom! In your face, Codecademy. Deal with it. I'm confused, but I still made it through. Now we'll throw in a real phrase. Ha ha ha. Deal with it. Ha ha ha. Me no good at coding, but I succeeded. Nice. Yes, good. Frankly, I just want to redact all that because I can. Boom. Golden. Wait. Why is nothing redacted? Why are they giving me a green check mark? I feel confused again. We're gonna go back to the ABBC thing. I smell frustration. ABBCCC. Something's wrong. BB. Oh no, it did redact it. Maybe because it was redacting everything? I think I'm overthinking it again. Let's see what it says on lines on page 6. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh god, I hit save and submit again. Enter phrase. We'll go back to what we had before. Little kitty is napping. We'll get rid of napping. Ta-da! Little kitty is redacted. Little kitty is napping. Perfect. Green check mark. Thank God we made it through. That was bad. That is what poor coding looks like. More like 115 days of frustration. Perfect. Not exactly the word I would use to describe what just happened. Feel free to mess around with your redactor to see what sort of results you get. Think about the following. What could you do to make sure your redactor redacts a word regardless of whether it's uppercase or lowercase, with the dot upcase or dot downcase here in Ruby? How could you make your program take multiple separate words to redact? We just add more fun, probably. How might you make a new redacted string and save it as a variable rather than just printing it to the console? More fun. Instructions. These are questions. In the meantime, click Save and Submit code to finish this redacted. Let's go ahead and close at that. Once more. I survived. Oh, that's not how you spell survived. That's survived. Although I don't know if I really survived. I probably was closer to surviving to this. I survived. Redacted. Boom. I redacted. Which is also that is a fact. These are true statements. Redacted. Achieved. Success. We're going to close out of that. We will take a peek at the next lesson, data structures. You already know a little bit about arrays. In this lesson, we'll teach you more about arrays, about a new data structure called a hash, and how Ruby can iterate over both to help you build better programs. Sounds good. Sounds so good, we're probably going to save it for tomorrow. Day 116. Creating arrays. How many sections do they have in this guy? Holy just 16? Alright, that's not terrible. That's normal. Today we had 18, followed by 6. So we'll knock out those 16 tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll gander at this. A premonition of what's on the horizon for tomorrow, day 116. Creating arrays. Earlier, we saw that an array can be used to store a list of values in a single variable. You can stuff any number of numbers in there. You can repeat numbers, and they don't have to be in numeric order. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and back out and see where we stand stat-wise for day 115. As the stream is about to conclude, we're now 31% of the way through Ruby. Very good. With 1,331 points of frustration to our name. And how many badges? It's loading. 187 badges. Good times. Way cool. All right, well, thank you to everyone who stopped by. Krypton, Apples, Gloomy Mist, and eTalk Coder, and of course Mr. Demon Wolf. Thank you for bringing your smattering of viewers, and Hunter as well for stopping by, and anyone else who may have stopped by the stream. It's always greatly appreciated. And yeah, the party continues tomorrow. Day 116. But in the meantime, day 115 comes to an end. Thanks again. Stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.